many of you have a fear of giving evaluations? It's okay, raise your hand. When I first joined Toastmasters, the worst thing about Toastmasters for me was providing feedback or evaluations. I just had this nervousness build up in my stomach every time I had to comment on someone else's speech, even more so than giving my own speech. But I learned through practice and practice and practice that eventually giving evaluations was easy. Today I want to explore some simple topics and common mistakes that we all make when giving evaluations. And the beautiful thing about feedback is it's not just about this forum, this organization. This way of giving effective feedback carries to every aspect of your life. Communicating with a spouse, with your kids, with your business partners, even with a teacher association or a charitable organization that you're part of. Again, I want to explore 3 common mistakes that we all make when giving evaluations. Let's start with the first. Too much information. Too much. Some people come up here and they give one point and then they jump to the next idea and they jump to the third idea and the poor speaker can't understand a single thing that they're trying to say. There's no structure to the content. If you don't have it structured, how can it be easily digested by the speaker? One method that I have learned in Toastmasters is the sandwich method. Now you may have heard the sandwich method as giving a compliment, a criticism, and then a compliment. I'd like you to think the sandwich method as a little bit different. I have my modified sandwich method. First, I like to give some strong points or some praise to the speaker. In effect, I'm summarizing his or her speech through some quality feedback in their speech. I'll focus on their delivery methods, perhaps their clear message they may have in their speech. Then I get to what's called the meat, where I like to find 2 or 3 things that I think they can work on. It's not about pointing out every single weakness in their speech, or every single good thing they did in their speech. Just pick 2 or 3 and focus on that. Because the point is you want them to leave with something valuable that they can take home. And then because we are a supportive environment, we always like to leave on an encouraging, positive note. Bread, some strong points, some praise, some things they did well. The meat, which is the suggestions for improvement. And then the bottom bread is how you tie it all together. How you manage to convey a clear message so they can take home and then improve on their subsequent speech. The second common mistake is some people are just too darn nice. Have you ever been to a meeting and you hear a speech that is... And then the speaker, the evaluator comes up here, wow, that was a wonderful speech. And we always use terms like wonderful, beautiful, amazing, awesome, fantabulous. We're not here to give opinions. We're here to critically evaluate a speech. Here's an example. Your speech about your visit to Europe was just fabulous. I liked how you told us about you went to Switzerland and England and you saw the Roman temples versus your speech about your trip to Europe really showed all the imagery of Europe, the culture, the language. It was as though I was embarking on a journey with you. You notice the subtle difference. 1, I said the speech was great in the first example. But 2, I commented on their imagery, their use of language, and how they really were engaging and made me feel like I was part of that story. Avoid those words, avoid the wonderful, beautiful, amazing, and focus on the facts about the speech. How was the eye contact? How was the body language? Did you notice the presence throughout the entire speech? And how were the use of hand gestures? Effective or ineffective? And last, delivery falters. Thought your eye contact was amazing. I liked how your vocal variety was good. And your body language was good as well. An evaluation is like a speech. It's your opportunity to come up here and give a speech. Likewise, employ the same things that we learned from giving a speech in an evaluation. Eye contact, use of pauses, use of body language, use of vocal variety. And treat it more as a dialogue than just talking and giving a speech. It's an opportunity for you to convey to the speaker about how well they did and how well they can improve. I hope that the next opportunity you get is one that you can easily embrace and give an effective evaluation. Let's remember the following 6 steps so that an effective evaluation can capture. Keep it simple. In anything you do, just keep it simple. You know how well they can improve, focus on that. Keep it structured, concise, to the point. Be supportive, because this is an environment to really encourage the speaker on tips on how to improve. And then my 3 E's, make it educational. Leave them with some viewpoint or perspective on how to improve the next speech. Easy to digest, like I said in the beginning, have a clear outline so it can be easily absorbed. And don't whitewash it in the way that you have too much flattery and don't have too much criticism, such that it goes in one ear and out the other, or they actually shut down because you're too harsh on them. And last, like I said, be encouraging. In this environment, I found that going to 4, 5, 6 clubs, I get a taste for all kinds of different evaluations. And by listening to others, I have developed my own style. And that's what this Toastmasters program allows us to really be able to create our own way of giving evaluation. I think there's no right way, there's no wrong way, but these are just some common mistakes. The previous slides were common mistakes to avoid, and this slide is some things to try to incorporate into your speech. I strongly encourage you, like myself, visit as many clubs, use this program effectively to get the most out of giving effective evaluations, such that when you go home or when you go to your office or that when you go to your charitable organization, you can give the best feedback to the speaker or to the presenter. Madam Toastmaster.